for you guys from the Low Country, I know you would definitely want to get a win. When you have to go back down there.
Yeah, I would love to. All my people stay in Columbia, really, so I'll have to hear it if I lose, and then they can cheer me on if I win.
So how sour of a memory was last year's game of the secondary in particular, just the way they were able to convert third and long and to, I guess, exploit the soft spots in the zone?
I really can't comment on the way they felt because I really didn't experience it with them because I had to sit out that game. But as far as for me, for missing the game, it was a terrible feeling to watch my not being able to help my team win in those critical times.
Does that give you a little bit extra motivation since you weren't out there last year to be part of the change that maybe turns the tide of this rivalry back in Clemson's favor?
Yes, sir.
What about the way you've been playing the last month or 6 weeks? It seems like scouts have taken notice and people around the country are taking notice of your coverage skills a little bit more in the last few weeks.
It's the same thing, just preparation and everything, just my drive to want to win. That's basically it. I'm glad that they taking notice now.
Just talk a little bit about the Gamecocks receiving corps. It seems like they don't have a superstar, Sammy Watkins, nuke type of guy. It just seems like with Ellington and Shaq Rowland and Nick Jones, they just have a bunch of guys that are just pretty good all around. Not overly fast, not overly big, just a pretty good solid core.
I would say they're very underrated, but they all are very good players. They're not the high names, but they're good receivers to get the job done. So we would have to prepare for them like we prepare for Florida State or any other type of receivers that we play, like big time receivers. They're they have sneaky skills.
Is it harder when does it make it a little easier when there's not one kind of big superstar to go to target, or a little harder because they don't have a Sammy that they're maybe going to look for in the big situations?
It's hard because they spread the ball to everybody equally to everybody, and we don't know who we need to key on in this type of situation. So it would be hard as far as that in that ratio, but anything else, I think we just have to play hard.
How important is it going to be to force turnovers? That's something you guys have been good at this year with turn margin. Also, I think Shaw has one interception all year, so he's been very efficient on holding on the ball as well.
For us to win, we're going to have to get turnovers. We're going to have to win the turnover margin like Coach Sweeney says every week. If our offense take care of the ball, we got to get it away. Get our offense the ball as much as possible.
Would you say, you mentioned comparison to other big-time receiving corps, would you say it's the best receiving corps you faced since Florida State?
I would say that, yes, because they got multiple receivers that can make game-changing plays, as well as their tight ends. The tight ends are a pretty good key in their offense as well.
Have you guys talked about that, kind of redeeming yourselves after Florida State was able to move it passing a little bit? So this is sort of that next big test for you guys?
Yes, sir.
I guess looking back to Florida State, maybe some lessons in this game. How were they able to attack the zones, linebackers in front of the safeties in that game? Just looking back.
Talking about Florida State?
Yeah.
They just stopped the routes and right behind in the dead spots. That was it, basically it.
Is that a big emphasis this week?
It was a big emphasis every week to correct the things that we did wrong. So.
Just talk about how big a blow it is to lose Travis, a real experienced, talented player, and just your thoughts about, I guess, obviously Curse is going to be the guy that's going to get the majority of the snaps now back there.
It was a very tough loss for us to lose Travis because he's a leader and he's a well-experienced player, and he's real smart for his age. It's different things that he can do that J-Ron really don't know yet, like because of the age level, not as much experience of really starting the game. But next man up, he's just gonna have to step up and be able to help the team.
Can J-Ron's ability, where sometimes he's a risk taker, can that help you sometimes especially because he's such a wild card. The quarterback isn't really going to know what he's going to do.
Mm-hmm.
Can that maybe that could be an advantage at some
Yeah,
time?
it is. It helped us a lot. Like the past weeks that he played with his turnovers, like that helped us out a lot. Quarterback didn't know that he was gonna come over here. He looking like he about to go that way, and then he come the other way. It's just his size is strangely like it's just freaky.
In terms of Travis's impact and what losing him means, is it more the intangible stuff, the leadership, the maturity and stuff that he shows? Is that maybe more important, or is it more the stuff that he does on the field? That
It's both.
Both.
Mm-hmm.
How does he impact, like maybe pre-snap or in the huddle, some of the impacts that he makes?
He just motivate us like before the game, during the game. He motivate us a lot, like through his words and the way that he play. He's just a hard player, and he knows he's a very smart player as well.
As a guy who's older than him, when he came into that huddle last year and was able to provide those things, was it easy to sort of latch on to that and for him to step into that role for you guys for the rest of the defense?
Yes, sir. It was pretty easy.
Have you seen enough, been able to see enough so far out of J-Ron to have full confidence he can step in and do the job? And what have you, if so, what have you seen out of him that in these, especially over this last month, where he's really kind of seems?
Yeah, I got a lot of confidence in J-Ron. Like, he's a young player, but he's real talented. And when you have somebody talented like that, like you can get what you want out of him if he's willing to learn. So we can bring him along, as long as he's willing to learn and fight with us. So he'd be a good help.
You just act like you can see a lot of good things coming with J-Ron.
Yeah.
The way you say things.
Yeah, I like J-Ron. We hang out a lot. So I know how he think. Like when we through conversations and whatnot, I know what type of player he can be and what he is.
What have you been able to say to him about the magnitude of the game, about being a young guy, obviously his first taste of the rivalry, and just kind of, you know, there's, you guys have been on big stages, but this is going to be huge.
Yeah, I really haven't talked to him about this game yet. We really didn't spend time this weekend. I just took time off to myself.
Have you thought about, for you being a guy from South Carolina, that this game's a top 10 team, two top 10 teams. It's never been there before. You've seen this rivalry at its worst. Can you talk about that?
I would say, like, all right, by both of us being a top 10 team and being able to compete at a level like this, the state ain't really used to seeing this, so it's going to be, like, blood, sweat, and tears. It's going to be molding at the eyes, everything. Like, we just going to have to go fight for this win, like, to bring the W out. The fans will love it.
How can you help somebody like J-Ron actually on the field before a play? You're on the boundary. A lot of times he's going to be right there beside you. Can you verbally communicate things to him? Watch out for this here. Watch out for that there.
Yes, sir.
Kind of be like, give me an example of, have you done that this season?
Yes. I can't give you a specific play, but it's been times where, like, they line up in different formation. Like, I can see that, like, the wheel route or something like that, post wheel is coming. I can tell him alert the post. If we can cover two or something like that, stay inside. Like the receiver coming in, and I take the wheel going out. Like, let me give another example. Was it? I was about to say Boston. I can't remember the Boston College play. Like, that's it. It's far gone.
They'll run together.
Anything else?
Anything else?